Welcome to the Pepo Coin channel, everyone. Pay attention, 10 assets must be eliminated in accordance with European MACA regulations. Guys, the PYUSD via PayPal is one of them. The fact that PayPal did not develop a compatible cryptocurrency genuinely surprises me. It was recently revealed that this does not comply with the MACA requirements. With partners Alipay and GrabPay, the PAX, USDT, and even XSGD and StratusX stablecoins obtained an MPI license overseen by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Thus, guys, a lot of these unlicensed stablecoins are being targeted. Additionally, this is merely a Crypto.com remark, their clientele is worldwide. Stablecoins cashing out into a regulated stablecoin will therefore be crucial in the future, Now, this might just apply to clients in Europe. It's unclear to me whether anyone else in another nation received this. If you have registered on Crypto.com and received this email as well, kindly let me know in the comments section or tag me on Twitter. I want to know whether this applies to all Crypto.com users or simply those in Europe. It's intriguing. I believe that the micro-regulation is a contributing factor to the change we're witnessing. This may have an impact on future developments in crypto regulation, or more specifically, stablecoin regulation. In the United States, stablecoin laws are already becoming more and more apparent as the days and months pass. Anyway, I wanted to express my gratitude to Crypto Edie for sharing that. However, the fact that banks will be able to hold Bitcoin is becoming more apparent. It makes perfect sense, according to Jerome Powell himself. There is infrastructure. Tony Edward from the Thinking Crypto podcast provided this one. Take a listen. With Bitcoin, our primary responsibility is to examine the banks, and we believe that it's as many of our banks that we regulate and oversee do. Banks are fully capable of serving crypto consumers as long as they are aware of the dangers and are able to handle them. Jerome Powell was obviously unconcerned about the banking industry. There is infrastructure. All they need are the rules, and as he stated, they must be followed. It is necessary to handle these cryptos in a secure setting. Naturally, there are already banks all around the world that hold cryptocurrency, and they have for the better part of 10 years. In Mexico, Nubank, a Ripple partner, just exceeded 10 million clients. This marks a new milestone for Nubank. By launching new goods and forming alliances, they keep expanding their clientele throughout Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. Nubank is considering moving its official corporate office from the Cayman Islands to the United Kingdom in order to facilitate any possible entry into the United States, as we did here last week as part of their worldwide expansion strategy. Thus, a new bank is also trying to enter the U.S. market. With new lending options, Nubank hopes to keep growing in Mexico. Additionally, Nubank intends to grow globally and relocate its legal headquarters from the Cayman Islands to the United Kingdom. There must be many advantages to that. Guys, here's a quote. Co-founder David Vallese of Nubank stated, "As we consider the next 10 years of global expansion, we are actively considering which jurisdiction makes sense for us to evaluate." Thus, this business was established in 2013. They serve more than 100 million customers in Brazil, 10 million in Mexico, and 2 million in Colombia. In terms of customers, the NIO Bank just overtook Ito to take third place in Brazil. These folks are a Ripple firm, and it's clear that they're working hard to build and broaden their network to the point where they hope to enter other nations. That's a fantastic business plan for any emerging bank, particularly if you're using cutting-edge technology from the start. These are the banks who made the decision to modernize sooner rather than later, and they weren't lounging on their laurels or dragging their feet. Additionally, let me remind you that Berkshire Hathaway is one of the investors of Nubank, a strong supporter of Nubank as well. And of course, let me reiterate, a Ripple partner. This story doesn't seem to want to end, so I want to keep going, people. Ripple went too far, in my opinion. Jack Mallard did come on the Natalie Brunell show once more. Take a listen. Furthermore, I believe that when a private, for-profit company like Ripple undermines the notion of a positive announcement that is in the best interests of the public, it is turning the tide of the last century of American monetary policy and economic announcements against the public and against the people, thereby shifting the momentum in our direction as a nation and the leader of the free world. I just brought us through all of the terrible announcements that are against the public interest, and now Ripple is taking us back to those days, isn't that right? Here, private lobbying is being innovative and serving the public interest. However, what is it? Ripple produced 100 billion XRP tokens, distributed them to themselves, and then sold them to the public. Well, Michael Saylor is advocating for Bitcoin, people remark. What prevents Ripple from lobbying for itself? Michael Saylor has purchased Bitcoin for $30 billion. He wants America to share his belief that Bitcoin is a wonderful idea for him. Ripple never purchased Ripple. All they have done is sell it. Why don't you purchase any XRP if it's that good? Why do you continue to sell it? This is a private company that has made money out of thin air, is biased, and seeks to burden the American people in order to further their own interests. Claiming to be a public benefit and riding the coattails of Bitcoin, it is identical to 1933, 1971, and 2008D. In order to provide context and explain American history, I made an announcement that attempted to highlight how the public has been disproportionately affected by all of the regrettable errors made in our nation's monetary policy and economics. And now is our chance to use technological innovation to make Bitcoin useful to the general public. And corporate lobbying is attempting to eliminate that and put their interests first. Therefore, I'm not sure if he is lying or just deluded. I mean, at this point, I'm not even sure where these Bitcoin maxes are getting their anxieties from, because I think there's a part of me that thinks they might be genuinely afraid that Ripple is trying to defraud them. At the end of the day, you have to understand that this is the system, and you will not undermine it, however they may believe they can in their minds. I mean, the money isn't the reason, in my opinion. These individuals invested in Bitcoin so early on that they have all of the money they could possibly ever need, and the price of Bitcoin will only rise. What is their method of operation? I'm genuinely curious. Furthermore, you wouldn't simply be investing in Bitcoin if you were a legitimate trader or investor. Therefore, there must be something else there. That I have observed along the way but can't exactly pinpoint. Naturally, many of the things he was saying there were wrong, but it's still beneficial to listen to what these men have to say. Here's more FUD. Ripple is going to zero, according to Good Morning Crypto. XRP in particular has a lot of basic problems, in my opinion. Listen to this. Another absurd interview. The disadvantage, in my opinion, is more relevant to other cryptocurrencies than it is to Bitcoin, specifically, particularly Ripple. Right now, there is a lot of enthusiasm about Ripple as a possible strategic reserve and a lot of positive mood in the market. However, I believe that XRP in particular has many serious problems, and for a variety of reasons, I wish to see a strategic reserve supported by Ripple as the networks collapse.